Given Plummer's injury status, do you prep for two quarterbacks, or are you prepping for Plummer?
Yeah, just when you look at the film, I don't see a whole lot of change from an offensive standpoint when you watch it. And so from that standpoint, I think that they'll do what they do. So no, I mean, gotta let he obviously has a lot more game reps, and so you have an understanding that way. But we've seen both on film, and again, we suggest that they won't change too much based on who's in.
You recruited Bryson Shaw at Ohio State.
Yeah.
What did you see then that years later you still wanted him so bad when he's in quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, he was a national lacrosse player and pretty good, darn good at football also. I mean, just kind of wired in the right way, and a guy that thought with time could be a high-level football player. Played a bunch of football out there. Obviously played at a high level and played in some of the greatest stages of our sport. And so that was part of for us to bring some guys in here that have been to the places we aspire to go. But no, quality in every way, shape, and form. And then he came, got injured immediately, which is never part of the plan. But all he's done is work his tail off, been everything we thought he would be, just not on the field yet. Just because you don't have the opportunity, one, to learn, and then two, to compete. It's just it couldn't really go worse. But has taken advantage of opportunities and took advantage of some opportunities the other night. So proud of him, and that's a good thing for us. We need more guys stepping up.
Lincoln said that.
Player of the Year of the Week award. What did he show you though in that game?
I'm sorry, say that again.
He got the Pac-12 Player of the Week award for his performance, but what did he show you in that game?
Bryson did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in that moment, and obviously the interception stands out, and it's just a guy doing his job. It's something a RPO reaction, that you talk about, and it may happen one time in the entire the season, and he just locks into his job and he gets rewarded for it. But beyond that, just communicating. It's you put a guy in that hasn't played tons of reps. The fear is that you need someone to, communicating with him, which takes them, not necessarily off their role, but kind of added, roles for somebody else, and it's the exact opposite happened. And so, no, and I think he'll be better. I mean, I don't think, he played his best game by any stretch of the imagination. Some of it is still out there in front of him, which is a good thing. But no, I'm proud of him.
Lincoln said that there was a lot of close but not close enough in that Arizona game. As you look at the film, kind of what was your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, and it's close as a cancer, and I mean that in a very dramatic sense. You can kind of hold on to that and say, well, we'll be closer next time, which means we'll inevitably make the play. I mean, that's kind of been the story over the last 2 weeks, I would suggest, in a lot of ways. Now, what that does mean is you're close, and so does that mean dramatic adjustments, dramatic changes? No, we played man, we played zone. We rush 4, we rush 5, we blitz. The unblocked guy doesn't make the play. There's not a great defensive football, and so you got to find ways to, put those. And they're not going to make every play. That's just reality, especially on scrambling quarterbacks and stuff like that. The percentages are never going to be 100, but it can't be 100 on their side. And I think 14 times an unblocked guy is not making a tackle. That's obviously an issue, and so we got to try to get an extra body there. That's not a simple thing to do in this day and age. You cover them or you man them, and you got some extra bodies for the court. Where do you want your extras? You don't have extras for everything, so that's a challenge. You try to keep it a moving target, but. No, I think, you also look at it through the lens of, we talked to the guys, rewind the tape. Everybody sees the one-handed catch. Everyone sees you almost got to the quarterback. Let's rewind the tape to the snap. How do you get closer? Okay, what if you have better get off? It's not always at the tail end. Well, he had a one-handed catch. We had a one-handed catch because you opened up the gate and you let him run a 40-yard dash on you. And now he's not worried about you, he's worried about the football. So that's one of the kind of the mantras that we have. Rewind the tape. We all saw the end result. Okay, how do we make up that ground? And sometimes it's a call, make a better call. And so we look at that obviously also.
Does it feel to you like, after you have 2 games in which you give up 500 yards plus in both, does it feel like it's just minor fixes, or does it demand larger changes?
Well, it feels awful. Is what it feels. But what you got to do is you got to look at it through a critiquing eye. You got to be honest, an honest evaluation, both on scheme, effort, and then obviously execution. If you got a body in the air, and we really define it. Number one, is there a position, in a player in position to make the play? That's number one. If there's not, then we're not sound, and then we got to change everything. Did he play with an elite effort? If we just play with more effort, can we make the play? And then we look at it through the lens, did the individual make an intentional coach decision that'll end up to his actions? And if the answer is no, then we either got to get someone else in there or we got to coach him better. So all those things, there's not one thing on each individual play necessarily, and sometimes it's a culmination of each one of those things. Now, the only reason we can sleep at night right now, and the only reason we won the game the other night is because we played hard. And that gives you a shot. Now, playing hard is not designed to overcome us; it's to overcome your opponent. And so there's too much of that going on right now. Yeah, we played hard and we've competed and we fought and made them count threes. Didn't get only one takeaway, which again puts us a lot of stress on this football program. That's not good enough. So no major changes. No, you're willing to, but no, there's a lot of ways to give up that yardage. Obviously the number one thing you look at points, and certainly we're sick to our stomach in terms of that. And glad we got to win and we got to play a lot better.
What's your evaluation of Cal's offense? And what's your evaluation of Cal's offense heading into the game and freshman running back?
Yeah, he flashes on film. Runs hard, fast. They get him all the backfield in the pass game as well. Very, very impressive. When you watch him, hits the explosive, hits the home run. So from a speed standpoint, it's certainly there. Very multiple on the offensive side of the ball. Between the run game, pass game, and then 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, one tight end, spread you out, and got a quarterback with a big arm that can found some explosives last week against Oregon, and that's kind of been the theme for him in terms of the ability to get the ball downfield. So no, again, we going back to what we put on film. We got to be honest about their excitement level coming in here on Saturday and have an understanding in terms of we're going to get the best version of them. We expect that. We got to make sure we give them the best version of us. We haven't done that in a long time.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.